You sit in your cell?
I'm allowed to do nothing.
Yeah. You get out of your cell at all?
I get out a little square box about from there to there. Not very,
Is that where you get your exercise?
Well, if you call it exercise, not really exercise. They just got this excuse. They give excuses and they play you off to like they're doing something, but they're not. Not really.
All right. Well, if you hadn't spent all that time in prison from the age of 10 on, how do you think things would be different for you then?
I'd probably be dead.
Yeah?
Prison saved me a lot of times. Prison's not a bad place. Prison's like a monastery. You come and get your stuff together. You straighten out your hand. You get another chance to start all over and get it right.
You think people get rehabilitated in prison?
Sure.
Yeah. How does that happen?
You have to do it inside yourself. You have to figure it out what's wrong with you.
Yeah. But do you need a prison to do that?
A prison helps. A prison helps.
Since you brought it up, and it's not our intention to really rehash Tate LaBianca. That's not why we're here. But since you brought up religion and Christ, what do you think Christ would have thought about what went on in Sharon Tate's house and LaBianca's house?
We all have Jesus within us.
Did Tex Watson have Jesus within him while he was sticking a knife and a fork into Nina LaBianca?
Tex didn't have any choice. Tex was trapped in his mother's mind. He had to do what he did.
He was a slave to his upbringing?
He was a slave to society. He had to do what he had to do because that's what he was thrown into by the world he lived in.
You seem to be suggesting that Tex Watson's the world, and I don't mean to just pick on him in particular, but anybody who does crimes, who kills people, who does horrible things, that they don't really have a choice, that they're the product of society.
Do any of us have a choice?
Well, I don't know.
Do you believe in God?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But
you believe in yourself?
Well, I think, therefore I am. Okay. So, but what I'm wondering is, what about free will? I mean, does Tex Watson have no responsibility for himself?
What about free will? What about free will? Prison was not built to punish people. It was built to help people. That's why they're called peace officers. But sadistic ding-dongs got in there and wanted to make it into be the shadows of what they thought. And the incompetent and the inadequate need to punish someone so they feel better. So it's like in reform school, they used to lay me down and beat me with leather straps till I couldn't walk. And I used to think, what did I do wrong? And for years I would think that I was wrong, that I did something wrong, and then I seen it wasn't that I did anything wrong. They beat me so they show the next kids now what not to do. So, in other words, like, prison is the mind. Most of the people that work in the prison are more in prison than the people they've got in prison. They've just got their kids in prison. They've got the poor people in prison. They've got people that have no money in prison. I don't understand what prison is anymore.
Would you like to get out of prison?
I'd like to get out of handcuffs.
What's the best thing that's ever happened to you in your life?
I don't really have all that in my mind. It's pretty well balanced out. It's all what I make it. It's all what I make it. So let me ask you a question before we go any further. Do you think, in your mind, from you, not from what somebody else said, but do you think that I've done something bad that I should be ashamed of and feel guilty about?
I don't know. I honestly don't know what you've done and what you haven't done. So it's really not for me to judge. I know you're here, and to most people that suggests that you must have done something pretty bad. Obviously, I know all about the Tate LaBianca murders and that case. But it's not for me to judge exactly what you've done. I don't have the reel of your life.
Okay. I'll open up another chamber for you. I'm looking at you. I don't see no fear or guilt in you. So I wouldn't think that you've done very much that you're ashamed of.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I'm not blind. I can see that.
How is the real Charles Manson different from the Manson that's portrayed in the media?
I think I'm a little worse.
You think so? In what way?
Well, I'm more real than they say. They make me into being a lying phony. They make me into being subject to what other people think. I'm not really subject to other people's thinking. But I have all of my people and all of my friends and everybody I've ever met in good esteem. I judge no one. everyone's judging me. So you're looking at everybody judging me as being bad. I know what I am.